What about now? Let me turn the music down. What the heck? What about now? Let me turn the music down. Wait, you can hear me now. You can hear me. Woo! Okay. I don't know what I did. Okay. Anyways, okay, so let's get started here. Okay. So let me add Spigot back. Okay. Cool. So let me just close this quick. Reopen it. Okay. This is Deshawn. It's not Ned. I know we sound pretty familiar, but let me. Okay, so I'm going to turn the music down a little bit because I can't really even concentrate because it's really loud. Okay, so let me get back to chat. Okay, so the first thing we're probably going to start off with is let me pull up my finished-ish code. So we're going to update these classes sort of one at a time. Hopefully we can get most of this done. File was loaded in the wrong encoding. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna try to keep up with chat as much as possible. No promises though, because there's a lot of people chatting. Wait, no, just me. Okay, so let's head right into our. Let me close down all of these in Sublime. No, unsave. Okay. Check my chat. I can't really. There you go. There you go, Death Killer. Okay, so pretty much, I did change a few things around, and so just gonna change some casing here. Just gonna change that to that. Keep that as capital, and now we are just gonna change a few things in here, right? So we're gonna get rid of this because this is just a really terrible way to get an instance of your main class, and I was super lazy, more or less. So we're going to do refactor. We're going to change this to TNT main. Yes, do refactor. It's weird, it never usually asks me. Okay, so now in our main class here, we are going to keep this player managers. We're going to keep the players in game. We're going to get rid of players left game. I don't think we really need it, and if we do, I think I put it in a different class anyways. So we need our game mechanics, we need our game manager. We're going to go ahead and say this file is... Okay, that's weird. So we're going to go ahead and say, I'm in caps lock, public. And then we're just going to go ahead and grab commands, which we don't have made yet, or which we haven't made yet. So we will go ahead and make a new class here. So let's just go ahead and make a new package. We'll call this commands. Let's go ahead and make a new class. We'll call it commands. Cool beans. Now let's just go ahead and import that. All right. And then we're going to make another one, and we're going to call this player scoreboard. And this is going to be used to keep track and update our player scoreboards here. So let's just go ahead and create a class. Create class. This is really weird. Leave it in the same as. Why can I not create a class? Oh. Create inner class. That's really weird There's something really messed up with this project here. It's just not letting me create a normal. There we go. Create a class. That's all I wanted to do. Oh, I already have one named player scoreboard. It's just all the name is just really messed up. Okay, so let's just go ahead and rename this, and let's make this a capital P. Okay, there we go. Let's see. So how do I learn to code in Bukkit? Get out of here, Dean. I love how mods get mods and stream, but trials get rip the trials. Yeah, I mean you're a trial, so you're not fully there yet. I mean, once you're fully there, I do not have a problem with making you a moderator in the chat at all. How many people are watching? I have it half open. 39? That's not bad. And feel free to ask any questions sort of along the way. Like I said, I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can and get to everybody's chat, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so then we're also going to do something that's not necessarily the best way either. We're just going to go ahead and say private static TNT main is going to be instance, and then what we're going to do is we are just going to go ahead and alt enter, which you can do these the generates here, and we're going to generate a getter setter for instance TNT main, and then we have our public static TNT main, which is what we're going to do to get this public set is you can actually make this private. We don't need that to be public, and then right here we're going to go ahead and say set instance, and it's just going to be this class. So now we can go ahead and see our game manager class. We can say TNT main dot get instance, and it's going to get us that there, which is a little bit better than what we had before. Still not the best way. For YouTube. That's funny. Okay. So let's go ahead in our main class here, make sure everything's fine here. So this we can keep. I'm actually going to zoom out on this code a little bit. Get server, that's fine. On our disable, we have our disable message, and then we actually let's just pull these underneath here, just because. And then I have my instance classes here, and this is going to be player scoreboard equals new player scoreboard, and then we're going to have commands equals new commands. Now you don't have to do the instance thing like this, but I just like doing it, and thanks Deathkiller for the $2 there. You know how can I replace that since it throws me error? The way I kind of did it there is like it's not the best way, but you can do the private static, and then you can just do the getter setters here. It works fine. I pretty much do it all the time. It's quick and dirty, more or less. Okay, so everything here is pretty much set up. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and say for. We don't even have to do for. We can actually do the for each. So we can say bucket.getOnlinePlayers.for each. Oops. For each player. And so this is the lambda for anybody who doesn't know what it is. How did you learn Java? Moon, I pretty much I mean, pretty much everybody kind of teaches themselves at one point or another. But I really started off by, I didn't know any Java when I first went into Bukkit, which is what a lot of people are kind of doing right now. I will say it's like 4 times harder to learn Bukkit if you do it this way. But at the same time, it's also really good because you have a good way to visualize, you know, everything you're doing, which is really nice. So definitely, I was able to move along pretty quickly and learn pretty quickly by just working with Bukkit, posting on the forums, you know, looking at the Java docs, all that kind of stuff. To be honest, I think you guys are really lucky. Not to sort of hype myself up, but I think the source code in the community here is like super, super big for the reason that there hasn't really been a whole lot of communities that have made sort of this, you know, this sort of instant help which is kind of what the source code does. So you guys kind of have an advantage, I'd like to think, versus when I first started. Alright, so anyways, back to this here. So the for each loop. You just have to install Java, like Java JDK or Java SRE, JRE, I don't really remember which one. Okay, but anyways, so for each players, we're going to go ahead and do game manager.game stop and the player. And there we go. And let's just go ahead and move this underneath this because we want this to come afterwards because we don't want to say it's disabled but not do anything else. Can't you just use the git plugin method and access? Yeah, you could. It's not the best, but you could. Okay, so now that these are done, this can be private, and this can also be private. We don't need to be able to access these outside of this class here. Alright, so let's head over to our game manager here. And I will put up a server, hopefully, in this live stream here to test this with you guys. Jeez, I sent a message in Discord. Okay, I mean, I have my notification disabled, so can make sure and stream. I mean, I don't really think you need to see the full window. I think this is pretty much fine. That way, it's, you know, more on the code. Okay, so right, back to this class here. Alright, so in our void setup game, I don't know why these are just location. Let's go ahead and just change these to private and private plugin text. We can get rid of that plugin text. That's like super old. And let's just make a package here and we'll call this game. And then let's just move these into game just to keep things up. Hi Graven, welcome to the stream. Alright, back to game manager. So in our setup here, we have the game spawn, so we just need to, we don't have our config set up at all because I didn't actually copy that over, so we'll have to remake that. I'm quite new to intelligent. I mean, I'm not really going to be using any of the buttons in the IDE besides, you know, my project view here right on just to the left of the screen. I pretty much hotkey everything. So, but anyways, so back to our game manager here. So in the setup, we're basically getting the game spawn, we're getting the lobby spawn, and we're dumping all the players to it. We're setting their defaults. So that's pretty much it. Okay. So we're actually going to change this to something a lot easier. And we are just going to completely get rid of this because we don't need it. So we're going to go say is this that game spawn equals, and we're just going to cast location over plugin.getconfig.get game spawn because we'll create a check, or actually we have the check right here. So if config.contains game spawn, we'll grab it, but if not, it's just going to continue. For the constructors, I'm into bug computing. You have any tips for how I can learn it fast? Yeah, no, so you give me a good direction if I donate $50. I mean, probably. I mean, I'm always very thankful for everyone who donates to the channel. Mostly because pretty much all the money gets put back into you guys and stuff for you guys. So really, anybody who donates, you're really donating to the community. You're not really necessarily donating to me because, like I said, I put it all back for you guys. Alright, so then same thing with lobby spawn here. We're just going to go ahead and copy this here. Paste this in. Biggest question though, is there multi-games for the same arena? The way I have it set up, this was like super early on when I didn't really do a lot of game dev or like minigame development. It's only set up for one game, like one server. But you could easily change this if you just make a simple arena manager, which I've made a video about. You could easily set up this to run multiple games on, you know, the same world, or you can make it so it creates a new world for each game. However we really wanted to do it. You didn't pronounce my name right. It's okay. I tried for months. I haven't learned how to make a goddamn command. I mean, commands they're not hard, but you can get pretty complex with them, and I don't really know if there's... The video that I made a while ago is actually incorrect, which I'm going to have to redo. Well, it's not incorrect, it's just not 100% correct. But we're going to change this to lobby spawn. I feel like I'm more reading the chat than I am actually working on this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and do a player check. And this is just going to be Bukkit, oops. Bukkit.getOnline players.size. It's because our player check wants to see how many people are online and if it equals the right amount of players that we need in order to start our mini game. I'm more reading the chat than I am actually working on this. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you just drop a like and share this on all your social medias, because it's going to be a great time. Share it on Twitter. All right, so now that we have that, we can go ahead and just change this to. Okay, people aren't necessarily talking to me. Okay. Make sure I share that to the right Twitter. Okay, I did. We're in business. Season make a good command F of the features and basics. Okay. So in here, I think everything else in here is pretty much okay. Set food level 20, set health 20, player. So we are going to go to our player scoreboard here, and we are going to not have this be static. We don't need it to be static. So now in here, oops, wrong one. So in here, we can actually go ahead. Death Killer, it's day. Yes. Okay, so now in here, we can go ahead and change this to. Did we actually get an instant? Yeah, okay. So we can say plugin.playerscoreboard.scoreLobby. That's definitely the better way. And then we can go ahead and do online.teleport and lobby spawn. And we can go ahead and change this to for each as well, just for the sake of simplicity here. I can type, don't worry, don't worry about me. I can type. So we'll change this, and we'll just change this to online, just because that's what I already have here, just to keep things organized there. Okay. So we got an extra bracket there, so let's get rid of that. Let's go, boys. I believe we can do it. Can make it 1 million dislikes in the stream. Bet, do it. Not really. Don't do that. The Bukkit tours are the best. More fun. I do agree. I do agree that the Bukkit videos are a lot more fun. There's a lot more possibility for creativeness with Bukkit versus something like Java, which I mean, or just regular Java. I mean, you can get pretty creative, but at the same time, it's not that fun. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? It's a good question. That is a good question. I don't know. Alright, so let's just go ahead and change all these because those got all messed up. I'm super lazy and not using chat color codes. I literally used one, which I don't know why I just used one. I'm just going to change this to FE, I believe is yellow. I don't even know. Okay, but anyway, so this here is all set up now. Static isn't attached to the program instance. Alright, so now let's go into our lobby wait. We have int online size. We're doing the player check again. And a game start. Okay, so let's move on to our game start here. We have, what we're going to do is we're going to go and say is started equals true. We're going to start the explosion countdown, which is the countdown for when the next explosion is going to happen. Let's see here. And then what we need to do is we are just going to just probably have this like copied like indefinitely, I feel like. So let's change this to player. So for each player, we're going to set their walk speed to 0.5. We are going to set invulnerable to false. So we need to go ahead and say player.set invulnerable false. And then we're gonna clear their inventory. We're gonna teleport them to the game spawn. We should do that last. And then what we're going to do is we are going to set their name to green. I don't know why I chose green of all colors. So let's just go ahead and say chat color. Oops. Player dot set player list name. Let's just do gray. And then plus player dot get name. Cool. So now that one's all done. You're missing a /a between players and online. What? Where? All right, well, tell me what line of code it's on if you can see it, if I'm still there, because I'm just going to keep moving on. All right, so next we have, I did say implement bungee cord here. I don't really feel like doing that. If you guys have watched my Bukkit or bungee cord videos, you can go ahead and implement your own bungee cord here. But I just don't really feel like setting up a bungee cord network real quick in order to do this. Okay, so when the game is over, we need to set their walk speed back to the default, which is 0.2. So anybody who doesn't know. Right. Okay. Online / players needed. Copy that. I got it. Okay, so game stop. So we're going to set their helmet to null. We're going to clear their inventory. We are going to set their game mode to adventure mode. We are going to say is started is false. And then we're going to players in game, we're going to clear. The player manager, we're going to clear. And then we're going to set their default name to let's do it to, well, no, I can't do gray. I think I know why I did green. Because I think gray is when they're out, and white was just giving us some issues for some reason. So then we're going to go ahead and say if lobby spawn does not equal null, we can go ahead and just teleport the player. Let's teleport them to lobby spawn. Cool. Okay, so now we will jump to our player check here, which I think is pretty much all set. Let's just simplify that. If not started, I don't know why I wrote it the other way. Okay, yep, so this one's fine. Addition, I should just make a method that requests a string and returns color code instead of translate. Yeah, I know. That would be the best way. Like I said, I'm just like super lazy, so I just use the alt code there, which will work fine for this, so you don't worry about that. But yes, everyone, you should use the ampersand or just use the regular chat colors. Okay, so the next one here is the explosion countdown. I think this is where things started to get a little messy before. And the code that I have written here versus the code I have written on my second monitor is like vastly different. So yeah, so just know that it's like totally vastly different. Okay, so like I said, this was when I was like not the best. So the code now that I'm putting in isn't necessarily the greatest either, but in order to not completely have to rework this entire plugin, I sort of had to make the code flow into what we already had, and like sort of like the level, I guess, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind as well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and change this to --, explosion countdown --. We are going to do this this lambda again. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and say plugin.playerscoreboard.scoregame. And this is going to be online. Well, we can actually change this to player now because we're only focusing on a particular player. And then we're going to go ahead and say explosion countdown. So we're setting the score and then explosion countdown. And I could simplify this. So there we go. Deshaun, quick few typos, errors, features. Either replace mysterious characters. That's line 53. What's on line 53? Oh, I think I might have already done all this stuff that you just said because I don't see that on there. Okay, so explosion countdown. Cool, cool, cool. And so now we have that, and now this is like super long, and I don't know why I have this like so big. Yeah. So we are going to change this all, and we are just going to copy everything inside of here. I think we make like a new method for this. I don't remember. Let me make sure I'm even looking in the right folder here. Because knowing my look, I'm not. Alright, so TNT main game manager. Okay, so I do have the right one open. Alright, so what we're going to do is in our game manager here, let me get the chat back open. So all this here, we are just going to just delete. Sound good? Sound good. Sound good? Look good. Okay. So we got our run, our runnable, which is going to go here. We just got to just back that up once. Okay. So in here, we're just going to go ahead and say plugin.gamemechanics.tnt check, and it's going to be this. You'll understand why it's going to be this in just a moment. I won't do anything with the jar probably, just because of the fact that I don't want people to just use this as their own. I mean, you could completely copy the code and remake it, which is pretty much be the same thing, but I'm just making it a little bit harder for you. Okay. Okay. So next thing is our lobby countdown. I think this one is pretty much all set. We'll just simplify that. Again, I don't know why I have that. So it's going to, we don't need to do the player check in here, so we can delete that. So if player check, or because we're doing it here, if player check is the plugin.size, so if it returns true, we're going to lobby countdown minus. Then we're going to go ahead and say Bukkit, I guess over to broadcast message, and we just got to replace all of these. Do I have any more of these that I need to get rid of? Okay. Just want to make sure. Lobby countdown. Lobby countdown. Yes, I know it's redundant, and that's why I'm fixing it. This is, like I said, this was like really early on, so don't worry. Black pling. Okay, so it's gonna count down. Game will start in X seconds. Cool. Else players left until players needed. Oh, we got another one of those. Fix that. Okay, and so now we have our else. We're going to cancel. We are going to game start, and we are going to output a message here that says good luck. Okay, so this one is pretty much done. You really don't even need the L, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, so let's just clean up some spacing here, just because it's kind of messy. Okay. We're going to change things to private and public when we need it to be. I just don't really remember everything that needs to be public-private right now. So we'll just fix all this. What do we got here? Right, so this is wrong. Okay, so now we're going to head over to our game mechanics. Okay, so game mechanics, and we have our join. So what happens when they join? Well, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to go ahead and say if it's not started without the equal sign, then we're going to grab the player, and we're going to go ahead and set the join message. We're just gonna actually pull this and put that right on top there, because we just always want the join message to be gone, because we don't. I mean, you don't have to have the join message gone. I just do. All right. So what we're gonna do here is we have the UID. So we're going to put the player into the player manager hash map. So it's UUID, false, 0, false, false. I like IntelliJ. I don't know if Eclipse does this yet, but when you have these encapsulation classes, it tells you like what each one of these are, so you know what to put in there, which is nice. We'll keep the add, we'll keep the lobby wait. We'll go ahead and change this, and this is going to be, we're going to get rid of the else too, because we don't need it yet. So then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to say Bukkit, okay, Bukkit.getOnlinePlayers.for each player, and we are just going to go ahead and plugin.playerscoreboard.score lobby, because there's a difference. It's just going to be player. So the lobby score is just like showing how many people are in the actual lobby. And yes, I know there's errors. We'll get to them, don't worry. I mean, there's all these yellows, but that's just telling us that things need to be pub or private, or they could be private. So for each, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to go ahead and say if plugin, plugin.gameManager.lobby spawn, and we don't have a public value. It's not public. Okay, so let's go ahead and just say lobby spawn does not equal null. Player.teleport plugin.game manager and lobby spawn. Okay, so we'll go ahead to here and we will just change these to public and public. Okay. So okay. Oh, I do not want to save that web page. Okay. Players already defined in the scope. You are correct. So we will just change this to online. That's what we really want. So what this score lobby is just going to update the scoreboard for everybody. I actually think my scoreboard's still messed up. Just more or less messed up in its values. But we'll fix it. Okay, so now we have our leave event. So we can get all this. We can set the quit message, and we're going to remove them from the player manager. We really should check to see if it contains them. So let's actually just do that. If plugin dot player. Is this not public? What the heck? There we go. Contains key UUID. We will do this, and we do not have left game anymore, so we can get rid of that. And we should also make sure that this also contains the key, so we'll do and dot contains UUID, just so we can make sure it's in there, so that way we're not removing it from nothing. Could you make a tutorial on muting and banning? I mean, yeah, that's pretty easy. It's just a matter of making, you know, a config, or using a config, or a database to see when, you know, their milliseconds were already done. It's pretty easy. Like, not even really worth making a video for. It's that easy. Okay. Next thing is player TNT tag. So we're going to actually change the name of this because this is a terrible name. We're going to say player tag player. Makes a little bit more sense, am I right? It's going to be an entity damaged by entity events, which basically any entity can damage an entity, right? Okay. So we are going to go ahead and say if the event, if the entity, meaning the person hit or the entity hit, is an instance of a player, and the damager is also an instance of a player, we are going to run some code. So we're going to set the damage to 0 because we don't want the messages, or we don't want the player to actually take we want them to have the hit marker so they know when they've been tagged by another player, but we also don't want them to actually lose health. I mean, you could have like a crazy regen rate, but what's the point when we can just set the damage to 0? So we're going to go ahead and say next, if plugin.GameManager.isStarted, we're going to run some code. And this is not the isStarted that I want. I want that isStarted. I don't even know what that other isStarted is. I don't think we need this. Are we using this anywheres? I don't know. I'm gonna just delete it because this is already public. Oh no, it is private. Wait, what? We'll just make this public. I don't think we really need it to be private. And then make a whole getter for it. Actually, I didn't know that there was a damage player event, to be honest. Yeah, no, wait. Are you sure? I think you just lied to me. I haven't really coded a lot in Bukkit lately, so I don't really know what's in there, so. Okay, so if is damaged by an entity, let's just go ahead and add our next bracket in there. We're going to set up the tagger. We're going to get the tagger UID. We're going to get the tagger player manager, because we're going to need all that. Then the tagged is going to be get entity, get the entity's UID, and then get the tagged player manager. So then we're going to simplify this. I don't know why I thought this was okay. So tagger player manager has to have TNT, so has TNT. And then also the tagged player has TNT. So basically saying if the player already has TNT that you're trying to tag when you're it, you can't tag them. The player has TNT already. So we're setting the event canceled and we're returning. So we're going to go ahead and say if tagger.is has TNT, we are going to set their TNT to false. We are going to set their helmet to null. We're going to clear their inventory. We are going to send a message to the tagger. You have tagged, and then the person's name. I just copied and pasted that because I'm really lazy and I don't feel like writing it. And it's already formatted with the chat colors and everything, so why would I? And then we're going to set their player list name to green. So tagger.set player list name, color.green, and then tagger.get name. What was the reason for setting damage to 0? It's canceling itself. So Neo, the reason I have that is so that way you notice when you get punched, but you don't actually take any damage. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and do the tag now, and we are going to set their player list name. Again, I'm just going to copy it, so tagged is going to be red because then I'll have TNT. We're going to send them this message. You have been tagged by so-and-so. We're going to set them to have TNT, so set has TNT equals true. We're going to set their helmet as TNT. We're going to get their location, and we're going to play the TNT primed sound, just because why not? We are going to tell them that we're going to get rid of this message that you have been tagged. We want them to know who they're tagged by. And we're going to give them 576 TNT, which will completely fill their inventory. Okay, we're done with that one. Finito, done with player tag player. Okay, so the next thing, wouldn't that be KB then? Okay, so the next thing is our TNT check. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna say if player dot. We're not gonna do this actually, that's wrong. This is wrong. Okay. I just totally just drew a freaking blank what I was just gonna do. Oh, right, this is the random TNT placer. So we're actually in the wrong the wrong spot here. We need a TNT placer, which is the next one down. The next one. Right here. This is the one we need. So let's just go ahead and just simplify these right off the bat. Okay. So for this one, TNT placer, we're actually going to get rid of this runnable. Don't need it. It's a bunch of baloney. Get rid of all this baloney. We're going to go ahead and say int taggers equals 1. You'll see why. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say while taggers is less than or equal to, and we'll just put this in quotes just to make sure, is plugins dot players in game dot size divided by 2. So if taggers, we should probably make this taggers. So while taggers is less than divided by 2, which means it's going to get almost half or exactly half of the players every single time that the clock resets itself. We're going to do some stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do taggers plus plus. Cool, cool. And now if you're wondering why I started at 1, it's because if I started at 0, it would count that as a player, but we don't want it to count as a player. So we're going to start at 1. So that way, unless we did like do while, which then that would work where we could have this as 0 and then we could put taggers plus plus. But that's not this, so don't worry about that. So then we're going to go ahead and do a random equals a new random. Then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and say int index equals random.next int, and it's going to be plugin.playersinGame.size. Alright, and then the next thing is going to be the random player, which we can go ahead and just get rid of all that, and then we can just say player or plugin.playersinGame.get index, and it's just going to find us one of those random players, and we're going to change this to Bukkit.get player, and then players.get players index. Okay, this should return just a, is this a string? Oh, this might be a string. Did I do it as a string? I did it as a player. Okay, so we're actually just going to change this to a UUID, which I believe is what I have set up. Yeah, so we want this to be a UUID, not a player. Doing an array list of players or a hash map of players is like really, really bad because it has a lot of useless information in it that's just going to clog up your plugin. So we're going to get the player manager, which is going to be tagger player manager, doesn't matter. We'll just change this. Well, we'll keep it as player manager or tagger player manager just because it's already there. And then we're just going to get the random player's unique ID. Okay? So we're going to say if the player manager is not dead and has TNT, we're going to, and does not have TNT and is not dead, we're going to set their TNT. Ooh, it's a big message, but I guess we can show it. We're going to set has TNT. We're going to set their helmet to a new helmet, and it's pretty much all this, the rest of the stuff that we have already done. And we're just going to make a new message for them, and we are going to tell them tag someone before time runs out. So you're it. Tag someone before time runs out. Cool. And we set their name to red. All right. So TNT placer is done. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff going on down here. What's all this? Not one too many there. Simplify that. Is this okay? So we need to delete one more. There we go. Get rid of that. Whoever at Microsoft thought the insert button was a good idea should like retire like forever, because I hate them. Because I hate the insert button. It messes me up so much. Okay, so the next thing here is going to be our TNT check, which is going to be it's going to cast a bucket runnable. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say, we're going to get the player managers. So we're just going to do the values dot for each, just because I like doing this a lot more. And we'll grab this, we'll close that, we'll pop it inside of there. There we go. And D-man. Do not ever call me D-man. Alright, okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and say if, well, I guess we can't really do that the way I wanted to do it. Okay, so we're actually just going to change this to bucket.getOnlinePlayers, and then for each, and we're going to go ahead and say player. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say if plugin.playersinGame.contains player.getUniqueID. We're going to go ahead and run these. Okie dokie, so now we're checking that. Then we can go ahead and, I mean, we could really get their UUID before this, so we could actually just go ahead and do UUID equals player.getUniqueID, and then we can actually just swap this out for UUID, and then we can just go ahead and get player manager, or no, this one we want to do after this, so we can go ahead and say get player manager equals plugin.playerManager.get, and we'll get the UUID. Cool. Okay. Please just stop judging an ID because of that. I mean, honestly, there's really nothing wrong with any IDEs. Maybe like some really super old ones. I mean, even something like NetBeans. It's like super. I mean, it's still updated, but like it's like super ugly, more or less. But it's a really good IDE along with Eclipse. I think IntelliJ is just really nice because it's in a way, it's better for lazy people. So like people like me who don't like typing things all the way out or who don't like thinking too hard. IntelliJ does most of that thinking for you, which is nice. But at the same time, I think when you're learning, I think Eclipse or something like NetBeans is better because it's going to force you to sort of start remembering and knowing all of this different stuff that you're going to need to know. So we can get rid of that player there. I don't know why I had... Oh, I just changed that. That's why. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to set them as TNT is false. We're going to set them to dead. And then we're going to go ahead and say locate. Ooh, capital. We're going to say location, player location equals player.getLocation, which I literally have right below this. I hate myself. So then we're going to go ahead and say player.getWorld.createExplosion. We're going to get their X. We are going to get their Y. We're going to get their Z. We are going to set no damage and no fire because we don't want any of that. We're going to set their name to gray because they are dead. We're going to set them to spectator mode. And then we're going to go ahead and say plugin.playersInGame.remove. And we're going to go get the UUID. Mine going back to clients to check for online players and remove the bottom line versus players online. It just won't make sense. Just helping you. Yeah, I'll go back later on. Then we'll go ahead and say plugin.player_scoreboard score game player, and then we're going to go ahead and say plugin.gamemanager.explosion countdown. What'd I mess up? Oh. Okay, so apparently in our game manager we just have a value that's yeah, we do. Do I not have it here? Explosion. Oh, it's private. That would be why. So make that public. There we go. Explosion countdown. Can I push this to GitHub? Perhaps. Let me do that real quick. So I'm gonna push this to GitHub for everybody right now. So if you are working along the way or updating your code, you will have it. I just have to make a new repository, or I guess we should go ahead and just say add local repository. What am I looking for here? Nope, that's just Bukkit coding. I want TNT tag. TNT tag. Okay. Well, actually, no, I can't push it to GitHub because the way I have the GitHub set up, it doesn't just use the project, so I will push it after. Don't worry. Don't worry. But if I were to push it now, it's going to actually require like a lot more work to push it. I'm doing very well, Nova Network. Thank you for asking. How are you? Let me push those. Okay. All right. Lost my train of thought. We're on TNT check. So game mechanics, TNT check. Okay. I don't actually know why I have this as a runnable. I don't remember. I don't think I need it as a runnable. I don't remember though. We'll just delete it for now. Because I got it. Don't worry. All right. Then we're gonna go ahead and copy this message. And we are going to say, boom, you have been exploded, TNT has been placed. Okay, now, after all of this, we're going to go ahead and say, if plugin.players in-game.size is equal to 1, we are going to go ahead and say player last equals bucket.getPlayer plugin.players in game get it's gonna be 0 because as people are getting out, they're actually just getting removed from the array list there. So eventually the last person will be at index 0. We're gonna go ahead and say we're gonna broadcast a message. I'm just gonna copy this because I really don't feel like typing this out. And we're gonna give them these fake pretend coins that they can't do anything with. Then we're going to go ahead and cancel the runnable. That's why I have runnable. So we're going to cancel the runnable. And then we're going to, I'm just going to copy this because I need it. See, I'm like super lazy when it comes to like coding. Like I will copy and paste as much stuff as I can. Don't get into the habit. It's really bad. Game manager. And then we're going to go ahead and do game stop. And then the player. Cool. Then we're going to go ahead and say else plugin game manager explosion countdown equal to 20. We're going to set it back to the default. You can make a public value for the default, or you can just hard code it like this. You know, you can make it in your config, whatever you want, really. And then we're going to go ahead and do TNT placer. Okay, so I think this is done. Player on drop. Okay, entity. We need to add one more thing here. Add event, public void on entity explodey. And this is going to be an entity explodey event. Event.block. Oops. That never happens. Event.blocklist.clear. And basically that's just making it so no blocks will explode. Just in case there's mobs for some reason, I just put that on. You don't need to add this in, but I just do because. And I think everything is good. Now we don't really want the players to interact with our inventory, so I guess we will quickly go ahead and just do that quick. So at event handler, public void edit inventory, player inventory, oops, inventory Do I want click or? I don't really know what I want to use here. I guess we could do click event. I think this will work. And then let's just go ahead and get the player. Well, we can just go ahead and get the UUID actually, because that's all we're really gonna need. So UUID equals event dot get no, that's not the one. That's not what I want. Well, I guess who clicked will work. And then we're gonna go ahead and get unique ID. Okay. I don't really know if we need to do this. You plan to run this on the server? Yeah, hopefully. We'll see how time works out. So we're gonna go ahead and say if event.get who clicked instance of a player. We just want to make sure they're a player first. I believe human entity can only be a player, but we'll just do the check just in case. We're gonna go ahead and say player manager equals plugin.playermanager.get UUID, and then we're gonna say if player manager dot is has TNT. We're going to set the event canceled. Set canceled true. If they don't have TNT, there's no point to set the event canceled because really they shouldn't have any items. In theory. In theory, they shouldn't have any items. So we are going to change that to that. And we are going to change this to dot. Well, we can change this to just UUID. That's what it should be. Not whatever the crap we had before. Okay. So our game mechanics is done. And the next thing we have to do is just change this to not get unique ID. Okay. Mainly because it's also on drop, so it's kind of blocking. Message retracted. Ooh, a message retracted. Alright. So the next thing is player scoreboard. I don't think we need to do anything here. I think this is all pretty much right. Yeah, that's pretty much all looks right. So we're just actually going to change these all to private, because they don't need to be public for any reason whatsoever. Okay. I think we're pretty much set in there. Player manager should be pretty much okay. And now our commands. Commands are always fun. So let's open up our commands class here. Really, this commands class is more or less a really super watered down command manager. More or less. So what I like to do is I like to make like these variables here. So like what my commands are actually going to be. So that way if I need to change them, it's like a lot easier to just change them here rather than go through the lines of code and find them wherever they may be. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and say private TNT main plugin equals TNT main.get instance. Cool. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and say public void on enable. It's okay to do this here because it's not extending Java. We're gonna go ahead and say register commands has been made yet. Bam, we made it, easy peasy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and say this dot plugin dot get command. It's going to be cmd1 set executor. It's going to be a new lobby commands. Cool. We're gonna copy that 3 times. We're gonna change this to game commands. Then we're going to change this to force start. We're going to change that to 2 and that to 3. And then we're going to go ahead and create class. Create the class. Create the class. Done. Easy peasy. Okay. Oh, someone started a chat with me. Oh, it's telling me happy birthday. My birthday's tomorrow, for anybody who doesn't know. So, I better see Twitter explode tomorrow. Okay? Twitter's not exploding tomorrow, I'm gonna be real upset. Like, heartbroken. Like, mega heartbroken. Just so you guys know. So just be mindful of that, okay? Like, it's my birthday. Okay, so we are going to do our lobby command now. Now I'm actually going to play the live stream just so I can make sure everything is, like, working. Okay. I legit need, like, 3 monitors. Oh, so if it's already tomorrow in France, it's already my birthday there. Alright, so let's just go ahead and implement the methods here. We're going to change this to sender. Keep that as command. Keep that as that. We're going to change this to args. And then we're always just going to return true. Okay. I hate commands. It's just so repetitive. So we're going to go ahead and say if command get name dot equals ignore case equals commands. Well, we don't have this yet, so let's just go ahead and grab an instance of all this. So I just made an instance of TNT main in our commands class here, pulling it from that so I can just quickly grab it. So we're gonna say commands.cmd1. I know I'm like being super like dramatic. So I do have 3 monitors, right? And isn't 3 monitors like the ideal monitor setup, right? It's like, especially because I do like a lot of like video editing, so like 2 monitors, like even when I'm streaming, like 2 monitors just like isn't enough. Mostly because the second one here is like a really crappy TV, so like the resolution is not like the greatest, so like I can't like have like a lot of windows open like I could like on this window here. Okay, then what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and say, why is it giving me an error? Oh, because it's an unreachable statement. Because it's underneath here. That might help. Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead and say if sender is an instance of a player. We're gonna go ahead and say player, and we're gonna go ahead and say equals a cast of player sender. Bang bang. I'm getting a new monitor in 9 hours. You lucky dog. You lucky dog. I'm gonna go ahead and say location is going to be lock. You can be more creative or less creative. Don't matter to me. We're gonna get the location. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and say if args.length is equal to 1. Okay. If it's equal to 1, basically meaning, so really the only game lobby commands we're going to have is like spawn, like setting the spawns. So that's it. So if args 0 dot equals ignore case spawn, we're gonna run this. We're gonna go ahead and say plugin dot get config dot set lobby spawn and plock. Pretty easy. I'm gonna go ahead and say plugin dot save config and then player dot send message chat color dot green config set for lobby spawn. Nice. Okay. I should get into making plugins for MC. You are already an amazing help on my Discord bot. You look so fluent in coding. Deshaun, check Twitter. I will check Twitter. And thank you. I'm Dark Diamond. I mean, I'm only really fluent because I've really been doing it for a while, and I kind of do it like every day. Really, repetition is key. So the more you do it, the more often and more easy it is. Also, yes, Ned does do the Discord bot. I don't do the JavaScript. I don't know any JavaScript. None. Zero. Zip. This is Deshaun. I feel like I should just put like my picture on here. So let's see. Add image. I feel like Ned should start doing this too, so that way we like everybody knows like who's streaming. There. Let me just. There. Now you know. Now you know. It's me. It's me streaming. I'll put my little picture up in the corner. It's me. I'm streaming, not Ned. Ned can get out of here. Alright, anyways. Yeah, I know JavaScript is easy. I actually like coded a little bit of it the one day and I was like, wow, this is like stupid easy. Okay, now we're just gonna add a bunch of all these else messages. Player not send message. Chat color not red. Not enough. Arguments. You guys don't like the picture? I will remove it though, but I don't have a webcam actually, or I would do webcam. I just got my hair cut today too, so like I look good. I should have done it, but you're welcome. Thank you for tweeting. All right, so if they're not an instance of a player, we're going to send another error message, basically just saying only players can use this command. And then if what is this one? And that's it. So we are really just going to copy this because it's pretty much going to be the same for game commands. So we're just going to. You like those sounds? But we're going to change lobby to game. Look at that. And we're done. We're done with that at least. And the new year did. Show us you had one the other time. Actually, I used my camera, like my actual camera that I use for like my video work. So I didn't use a webcam because I use my 4K camera. If I use the webcam I have at home, which I actually just found like a month ago, it's like complete and total poop. Like it's terrible. It's from like 2000 and something. I don't even know. It's old. All right, so here in our force start here, I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this. Bloop, bloop. Let's just go ahead and import this, import this, import this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do here. And, oh, we need to change one more thing in here. We need to go ahead and change this to a 2 for our game commands. So then we'll just go ahead and just return true. And then we're gonna go ahead and say if command dot get name dot equals ignore keys commands dot cmd3 and if sender. Well, this one we don't even really need this sender to be an instance of a player, so we don't really have to worry about that. So we can just go ahead and say player or plugin dot game manager dot game start. Okay. I don't know if there's really anything else. I think this is pretty much it. So let's go ahead and I will go full screen now. So anybody who is screen full, okay. So if you click on your project here and you click F4, you can bring up your settings here a lot quicker than doing like Control Shift Alt S, which is also the other way. Or if you go in here and you go to, you know, project structure, there's like a million ways to open up the same window. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do F4. Then we need to go ahead and set our artifacts. Get rid of that, get rid of that. From modules with dependencies, TNT tag. Okie dokie. We don't need the extracted spigot. And now where am I going to extract this to? Minecraft servers, tutorial, non-bungee, plugins. We'll extract it to there. That looks good. And then build. No, I did not fart. I made fart noises with my mouth. Oh, I got illegal characters. Oh, because my... It's right, because I have the wrong, what's the thing? Text, Unicode, whatever it's called. I gotta fix that. I actually don't know how to even fix it. So, IntelliJ set project to UTF-8. I don't actually know how to do this. I've never had to do it before. File encodings. Oh, it's just in regular settings. Come on. We want... File encodings. Oh, let me open settings back up. Okay, this should work now. That's so weird. I've never had that happen. Let's see here. I mean, you guys are probably telling me what to do, like right now. Which one do I got set back to? I don't have that. Well, I mean, I probably do. Yeah, see, like, it's not... It's really weird. I've never had that happen. But we did it. Thanks. Alright, player count. Correct. Well, first we need to change that. Oh, these all changed to question marks. I don't want that. Well, let me try and export. So let me find all these question marks and change them to this. Yep, replace all. Alright, it's in the code of the characters with the question mark on the box. I need to replace with that. Go to player count and replace what I said. Okay, so what was going on here? So that's weird. Unsupported char set. I don't know what like the default is. Let me look at this project here. Settings. Maybe I just get rid of the encoding like entirely. Remove players online. Okay, hold on, let me fix this first. Got it. Okay, I got it. Don't you worry. So let me replace all these again. Replace all. And let's build now. Okay. I think it worked. So let's open up a folder here. Let's find this. Let's open up Minecraft. This PC. Nope, that's the wrong hard drive. Source code. Nope, wrong. Development, wrong. Where am I going? I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, I do. Minecraft servers, tutorial, non-Bungie. Let's open up Minecraft. This instantly went to a Minecraft live stream. What's going on, everybody? This is Deshaun here with Minecraft live stream. Just kidding. Mojang should rename Minecraft to Memecraft. Agreed. Let me make sure there's no other plugins in here. Okay, well that's fine. I can have that. Server properties. I don't know what that IP is. Get out of here with that. Run bets. And let's just see if we get any errors here right away. I should probably put the new jar in. Let's see here. Spigot builds, build tools, spigot. Oh, you know what I just remembered that we forgot to do? We gotta close this anyways. We gotta close it anyways. And our TNT tag, or our main class here, we didn't do a thing. You know, didn't do it. What do we gotta do? We gotta go ahead and do commands that enable. Gotta enable all of our commands. Now we can export. Build. And then I'm gonna go to tutorial, Bungie, put the new 1.12.2 in. Station, you don't code plugins with Spigot if you're gonna use Windows. Correct. Okay. Let's run this. Okay. So let's join our server here, see if we get any immediate errors. I don't think we should, but then again, I've been wrong before. So who knows? Okay, so we are in, but our scoreboard is not. Ooh, what is all this? What do I got all this for? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? What is all that? I don't know what this all is. It's weird. Clear. Okay, so let's do PL. So TNT tag is not loaded. What the heck? Plugins. Oh, I know why. Let's do reload. I think that is what it was wrong. What? Well, first we gotta figure out why this ain't working. Main TNT. Well, first thing is all of our commands here are totally wrong, so we gotta fix that. But let me just look at something really quickly. So let's just go ahead and grab all of this here. Paste it in. We also forgot one thing that we had in our config, which was in... but I don't know where we used it. I don't think we used it anywheres. I'm just checking something really quickly here. Yeah, we had another value in our config, but we didn't use it at all. So the name is going to be TNT tag. It's going to become yes, I have been streaming for quite a while. So then let's rebuild. And let's try reloading now. There we go. TNT has been enabled. That was a little mess up there. No big deal. Okay, so let's leave. Let's rejoin. And you can see there that... Get out of here, you stinking horse! Alright, so we... Oh, it's coming at me. Okay, so we have... It's not started. The game is TNT tag. I have 100 coins. And there is one of 2 players on. Well, 1 out of 2 players on. Which I don't even know. Did I set, like, I don't even remember setting what the minimum players was. Hey, we can actually get rid of this tiger selected thing too, because we didn't use that. And this is going to be player dot UID. We'll just update that quickly here. So this is going to be in game mechanics, right? So on join, we're going to check player check, player check, player check. Lobby wait. Players needed. Oh, okay, so players needed. We changed it to this. Okay, so in my version, I didn't hard code it. I put it in the config. So yeah. So we're gonna say players needed is 10. Let's rebuild. And I'm gonna try to set up a server really quickly here, so that way we can get some people on and try it out. Okay, what's gonna be the easiest way for me to do this? I'm trying to think, because I don't really have anything that I can use in particular. I guess I could set up something, because I can't host anything on here because I'm at school. So anything I host here is all the ports are closed. Yeah, you guys will be able to join. So probably what I'm gonna have to do is just make something really quickly here. Let's go to Google. I'll keep this up so you guys have something a little bit more interesting to look at. Alright, let me start this. Start. In theory, what I'm about to do right now should work. In theory. I just have to set the players. Alright, but I guess one thing we can check real quick. Okay. So let me just... I'm going to just turn off my display really quickly here. Just because I don't want you guys... I mean, you guys already saw one server info there, but that's nothing really. Okay, and I'm just going to change that IP anyways. Alright, so we want... What do I want? Oh, here we go. This is what I want. Oh, I mean, Drawful, if you want to set up a server, go ahead. Well, actually, no. Because just in case we need to make some changes here. Yeah, it's literally what I'm using right now, actually. It's Google Cloud. I just have to make sure that, my stuff works. Alright, let's go ahead and create a new server here. New server. TNT tag. The email is me. Localhost. It's going to be Spigot. That should do the trick. BCF0. Okay. I literally forget where all of this stuff saves to. So give me one hot second. Gotti! I think. Hold on. I actually forget where all of my local files save here. It's just a matter of me finding where all of my server files save here, because like I said, I totally forget. Server files. Got it. Var lib puffered. There we go. Servers, and we are looking for this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do this. Plugins. We're going to take this, pull this into here. Retry. Oh, I can't because I don't have my permissions set up properly. So let me do that quick. I will turn my screen back on though, because you guys can see it now. I took all the private stuff off. Root. It's not my password. I don't know why I thought that was gonna work. What did I set as a root password? There we go. There we go. Now I should be able to drop files in. Shh. Won't be black for long. Plugins. And let's drop TNT tag in. Okay, so let's go here to server control. Start the server. Be patient, my children. Be patient. Server jar, we can just go ahead and put this one in there. It's probably gonna take a little while to upload though. Yep, I know, I gotta rename it. Server jar. Okay, so let me start now. Okay, yeah, I need to agree to the EULA, because EULAs are really, really cool. I'll set that to true. Now we're going to start. Let me disconnect from here. You know what I just thought about is we're not going to have an arena. So, yeah, there's not going to be an arena. So what I'm going to do really quickly here is make one. So let me just put world edit on there. Oh, so many files. Plugins. World edit. Okay. Reload. Did I put the wrong IP address in? I probably did. Okay, find server. We want I mean this one should work. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I don't don't even know what this is. What even is this? Oh, this is the old one. Yeah, this is the old one, I think. That's really weird that this one's not working. I don't even know. I don't even know where this one is being hosted, if I'm gonna be like totally honest. Like, I really don't. Is this like... Hold on, let me stop this and let me see if this is it. Server control. Stop. It is it! Oh, okay. That's so weird. Okay. So, I guess this is it. Oops, what just happened? Okay, so that is the IP. Should probably opt myself. That usually helps. Op, link reducing. Hey yo, hey yo. Yes, it has been a while. Okay, so I have to like make an arena like really quickly here, so don't mind me. So let's just go ahead and do CYL black 20 / CYL. Let's grab some blue here just so we can mark the center. That's right, can't build blocks. Oh, it's not ready. Yeah, we got like a mega error, but don't worry about that. Alright, so I just... Ooh. Hang on a second. The speed is messing me up. Okay, you know, let's just make another one here, black 20. And then let's just do HCYL, black 20, 10. Game spawn. Okay, so we set the game spawn. And then let's just do HCYL, glass 10. Oh, we actually want CYL glass 10. And then HCYL glass 10 10. And then we're just gonna do lobby spawn. And then now let's fix this, or the color thing there. Lobby countdown. Where is my lobby countdown? See, I literally like lose track of like where stuff is. Literally, I don't even remember where I put it. It's gotta be in Game Manager. Okay, here we go. So let me do a quick rebuild. Yeah, it's a little broken, I think, but we'll fix it. Don't worry. I'm not really sure what's broken yet because I haven't even read the error log. So let's just go ahead and put this new one in, and let's reload. So I don't think everybody got teleported here yet. Alright, so what I'm going to do is going to kick all. How do I kick all? Can let's everybody just leave the server really quick. Well, I can just restart. That's the easiest way. Okay. That's like really weird that nobody's being teleported up here. Just drawful. Huh, okay, so let's see here. Let's see where these errors are going from. Game mechanics. It's all going too fast. It's all going too fast. 81. It's at 81. So what's at 81? Game mechanics 81. So it's not setting the players in. So let's go to TNT main here. Let's make sure I got everything in our TNT main here correct, because I think what I didn't put in there is me TNT tag TNT main. See, I feel like one of these here is incorrect. Definitely not that one. So it's not putting you guys in the hash map here. So we'll set that to false right away. Then we'll put. Okay, so let's rebuild. And let's just check our files here to make sure everything's right. TNT tag config.yml. Okay, that should work. Let's pop it over. Oops, that's the wrong spot. Bloop. Oh, there's also like way too many people on right now. Probably should have set a server size limit, but that's okay. It's really weird that it's not teleporting anybody. Ah! I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. How many people are even online right now? We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we got a lot of people on. Okay, so let's go back here and let's figure out what went wrong here. So we have game spawn, we have lobby spawn. We have lobby spawn. Let's make sure all the names are right in our commands. Game commands. Game spawn, that's right, okay. Then in our game mechanics, setup game. Ah, that's why we didn't run our setup game. That would help. This one's going to be, what was that, game manager? That's setup game. I think that might help. So if we run our setup game. I'm not sure why it's telling me that it's never used. Because it is right there. Okay, now let's try it here. And we want this. Reload. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. 32. So that's literally where we just put this, right? So for Bukkit online, we're gonna add the player, set the online. But now where is the error coming from here? Let's see here. Game manager 39. So let's just try changing this to for player online bucket.get online players. Not that it should really make a difference, but let's just try, because that's where the error is coming from. I mean, it really shouldn't matter, but I think for some reason it is. Game manager 47. It's having an error with online. I just opened up Android Studio, so rip me. I don't want that. So score lobby. What's wrong with this? Private new objective. OXB.register new objective. Ah! Well, there's one thing that might do it. A capital in the wrong spot. So now, let's at least see if this works. See if it teleports everybody. Okay, it's still not teleporting anyone, which is like really weird. Let's see. Game mode 1. Let's see where the error is coming from now. It's saying there's a null at 47, which is lobby spawn, but lobby spawn should be fine because it's set here. Or lobby spawn. That's really weird. Let me try on my local here real quick, see if it works here. Then we'll try back on the bigger scale here. Yeah, it's super weird. It works perfectly here, but it's not working at all. It's not working at all on the test server. Oh, I did? In your lobby spawn method, you set the The game spawned twice. Are you sure? Because that's lobbies. Lobby spawn. You set the game spawn in your lobby spawn method. Ah, I see what you're saying now. Isn't it amazing how like such little tiny things will make something not work? So there's 15 people, so I'm gonna just change this to 15 just for the sake of it working. Right, because we didn't put any checks or anything in place for extra players. Okay, well, it teleported us, but to the wrong spot. Yeah, the scoreboard is wrong, and I know that. I just haven't fixed that code. There we go. Let's try this now. Okay, so now it's not teleporting us to the game spawn. Okay, so I think we're just kind of missing a few things along the way here. Game mechanics 81. That was weird. All right. Let's see here. Where are these errors now? Okay, let's check out everything first. Make sure nothing... Maybe I did use the wrong code somehow. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it was the right code. Okay, we got teleported to the right spot. Alright, so now what it looks like we're missing is this oh! Oh! It's not assigning people's Huh! Okay, so what it looks like it's doing now is it's not assigning. It's not giving people TNT. The right way, at least. Okay, so it looks like we're getting pretty close, though. Woo! Get out of here. Game rule, do mob, spawning, false, butcher. Ooh, clutch. Oh, get out of here. 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 Woo-hoo. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I don't want it. Come here. Come here. I got you. Boom. Woo! Okay. So it looks like we are almost there. We're almost there. I'm actually gonna change a couple of these. TNT check. TNT placer. Okay, let's try one more time here. So now what it's doing is it's not giving people TNT. Which is like really weird. Because half of... Well, only 9 of 19 are shown. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, so there's a few little tiny errors here, like on the first run, it's or on the first tagging setup, it's not well, that's just not okay. Because I know what you were trying to say. Oh no! Get out of here, Jack! Come on, why you gotta do this to me, huh? It's because I'm streaming, ain't it? It's because oh, gotcha! Why? Why is it always me that gets it? Oh, come here. No, no! No, 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 I will not have this. Yes, I know there's a flicker. I'm not really too worried about it. No! Oh, so clutch! Ow. Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Huh? Trying to juke me out? Trying to juke me out? Get outplayed. Alright, so it looks like we have a few tiny errors here, so let's try to see if we can fix those. We're not getting any errors in the dashboard, which is good. It's probably the best thing so far. So where is the 100 coins? I literally like forget where I put things. So let's just do this plus check color.gold. Alright, so let's figure out why this isn't working. On the game start, it's doing TNT placer. So let's make sure we're adding everybody into the player's game. So it's gonna be in our on join. I'm getting absolutely abused. All right. So I think the only thing that's really messed up is the TNT placer's not working as it should. So let me go ahead and just do plugin or system.out.println plugin.playersInGame.size plus divided, and then we will just copy that. So let's just put that in there. Let's see how that works. Alright, so now let's re-add this in. Oh, we don't have enough people. Okay. So let me just change this really quickly here to 12. Oh, wait. Wait, it started? Wait, what? Well, I guess I can do force start. Ah! Whoa! Well, that don't seem right. Let's see here. There we go. Let's try this now. And yes, I know the lobby code is because I don't want to use get online because there's people that are dead that aren't necessarily online. So that's why. Alright, so we gotta it looks like we're actually gonna have to get rid of all of those little ampersand or those whatchamacallits, so we'll just do red. And then we'll just do red. Let's see what this is printing out though. Alright, player.get inventory to help with new items like inventory. Okay, let's rebuild. Let's try again. People need to stop believing. Really, you should make a way that looks for a minimum number of players. And then once you reach your minimum, you can start. Alright, let's not use the commands. Alright, it looks like I'm gonna have to put a check in because somebody wants to be a butthole. If sender.getName.equals ignore case. I guess we'll just have to do this the hard way. So unless your name is mine, you can't use it. Okay, so we have 10 people on now. See, now this is what's not working, is it's not putting the initial TNT in my inventory and everything. Which is like super weird. Player already has TNT. Which that I don't really know why it's not doing. Because let's see here. Because in TNT Placer it should work. Player. Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No, that should work. Because that's going to return a UUID. But then this... If tagger is not dead, so it has TNT equals to true. Yeah, see, it's just not like doing all of this for some reason, which I don't get why it's not. Do I really have to do P to update inventory now? Is that new? I've never seen that. Well, let's try it. I've never had to use that, so... Well, let's see. Yeah, see, it's still not setting their stuff, which is like super weird. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not updating anybody's stuff until like after they do it. Because it's weird. Because no one is we're not getting any errors, so in the console it seems it's all working fine. Let me make sure this is all right here. So we have taggers plus plus. So let's just go ahead and just add taggers. Let's try and set that to 1. And then at the end, let's just go ahead and Yeah, I think the only thing that's not working now is it's just not putting people's items in their inventory, which I don't really get why it's not doing. If I'm gonna be really honest. Oh? Wait, what? What just happened? Oh, I guess people are being if player dot is up, return. So player is not up, return true. I guess we gotta put this in because people can't just abide by simple rules and not mess with anything. Huh. Yeah, I'm not really sure why it's not updating for everyone. Yeah, see, it says I'm it. But it ain't doing anything. Get inventory to add item, a new item stack. I honestly don't know why it's not working. If I'm gonna be totally honest, I can't think of why it wouldn't work. Well, it's sending everything else. It's just not setting any of their inventory items and stuff like that, which is like just really odd. Yeah, I don't know why it's not going there. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. At least why it's not working on the first one. Oh, who's gonna be the winner? Who's gonna be the winner? Yeah, I tried that too, and it didn't work. I'll look into it, but I mean, the majority of the code is done to get the basic TNT tag, so I'm not particularly too worried about that one thing right now. Because it's setting it every other time, but it's not setting it the first time. which is like super strange. Yes, I was really confused. Oh, I'll get cucked. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for the stream, guys. So thank you for everyone for stopping by. I'll put this code on GitHub, so be sure to go check it out. Probably be up there tomorrow. It's been a fun stream, and I will see you guys later.